Okay. So this part of the lecture is basically this is the extension or continuation of the previous lecture, level of prevention of animal diseases. This is an extension for previous lecture and is part of this lecture. And in this lecture, I would try to elaborate the prevention of different disease prevention from different diseases, which is based on disease spread. So disease spread, it is very important to understand how a disease spreads. Without knowing the etiology of the disease, the roots of transmission of the disease, it is impossible to create or to develop strategies for prevention or for levels of prevention, that how we can overcome or prevent different diseases in our farm animals. Very basic thing we must understand is that animals may not exhibit obvious clinical signs of disease. Sometimes I would rather say most of the times it happens. Like animals, they don't show or exhibit the clinical signs of the disease. We cannot see or we cannot say from our observations that the animal is healthy. In this case, we must understand for this disease prevention that how the disease is transmitted is important. Therefore, we should establish or develop strategy to minimize disease risk for livestock operation. Uh, there are different routes of transmission, like disease can spread from animal to animal, disease can spread from animal to human or human to animal. There are possibilities. So all these type of spread of disease from animal to human or human to animal or animal to animal, these are all possibilities for zoonotic diseases. There are different modes of transmission for diseases. For example, aerosol transmission. There is a possibility of oral contact or direct contact of with the body. Vector-borne diseases are also vector-borne mode of transmission is also there. Fomites and zoonotic. These are different routes of transmission. In case of aerosol, basic prevention steps should be that increase the distance between sick and well animals or healthy animals. This is very important. As I already told you previously, that those animals which get sick or ill, they should be isolated immediately from the healthy one in order to avoid the spread of the risk of spread of disease. Second point for transmission of the disease, we should maximize the ventilation, provide fresh air to all animals, and decrease the humidity and odor buildup in the shed in order to avoid the aerosol transmission of diseases. For aerosol transmission, distance is also important. Distance is also important. Do not share airspace between sick and healthy animals. That means the same. I'm going to repeat this again and again in order to make it understand to you that the healthy animals should not be kept with, or the diseased animals should not be kept in the same vicinity. They should be separated, isolated immediately. Second mode of transmission is direct contact. We can say fomite. So basic prevention for direct contact or fomites is we can restrict the access to farm or animals. We can isolate the sick animals, and thirdly, we can keep environment clean and dry, and the we can keep equipments which are being used on a routine basis. We can keep them clean. Again, we can minimize vehicle traffic on farm. loading, unloading, rendering, and perimeter. We can on farm and off farm. We can separate these type of vehicles. There are some vehicles which are, I mean, constantly visiting the farms, or which remain on stop, or have a special place for on farm location. And there are some vehicles which do not visit, or which do not come regularly. So there is a difference between on farm and off farm vehicles. Also, another important instruction for the prevention of direct contact with the disease is, do not share the equipments with the other farms. For example, in our culture especially, it is observed that some farmers, they share their equipments from one farm to another, like tractors. They use their livestock trailers for shifting, shifting from one place to another place. Another important step is, do not allow the feed or fuel truck drivers to cross animal paths. These trucks should not pass the or cross the animal paths. This is also important. Although we adopt some preventive measures for the entry of these vehicles at farm or at the site of where animals have been kept. Also, direct contact can be prevented by prior authorization before entering to the premises. Sign in and disclose recent animal contact, and require clean clothes, clean footwear, and provide if necessary. If someone is visiting, I mean, it's very important, inevitable, that you cannot avoid the visit of this visitor. Then this visitor must have clean clothes and clean footwear. If both these things are not with the visitor, this is the responsibility of the farm to provide these facilities to the visitor. There are some other possibilities, like oral way of transmission of diseases. So basic prevention steps involved for this oral or fomite transmission way is isolating the sick animals. We can keep feed and water clean, manage the manure, and keeping equipments clean, feeding, treatment, and vehicles. All those equipments which are used in routine basis should be clean. Another important thing, we can also elevate feed, prevent stepping into feed bunks with contaminated boots. This is very important thing, that someone who is handling these animals should not be entering into the feed bunks or feeding troughs, so that the disease cannot enter through the oral route. Examine feed for contaminants, that is the quality. If there is some sort of mold, or some sort of manure or carcasses are being observed, the animals should not be given this kind of feed. Monitor feed tags or deliveries. Uh, the For this point, the feed store in charge should report to the farm supervisor, that the animal feed being purchased has been, purchased. It's too old. Also, the access to water sources, that control the access to water sources and test them, and fence the animals, or animal entry and contamination for, you can prevent the drinking of this water by the animals. Vector control. So basic prevention steps for vector control are, prevent the egg laying of birds at your farm. Insecticides control, minimize animal interactions. You should use screens on buildings, animal treatment, mowing long grasses. All these things, they can create a animal interaction. So avoid or minimize this interaction. Flies lay eggs in organic matter, like manure, feed, wet bedding. They disturb weekly to prevent development. So there is a you can, maneuver or pulverize this manure in order to avoid the development or prevent the development of the larvae of these different flies. And also cleaning up of the spilled feed is very important because flies, they lay eggs on these kind of sources also. Biting midges, these are also vectors which present, or which is a very important issue at farm. So there should be another important nowadays, keeping in view nowadays situation, eliminate mosquito larval habits. I mean, the water should not be in a standing position at some specific place. Or if you have silage piles, drill holes in or use half tiles for silage piles, because there should not be staying water should not be staying in this bunk or silage bunks. And for controlling these vectors, insecticide sprays are least effective, especially at a farm situation or farm condition. So this was all about how